Joao, the German team. So this is quite a long, there are some tricky blocks in here. So you got the 17 block here, which is a hop over for the tail. And we have a long block, block 1, which is good for the female teams because they're quite small, so they can fit it pretty straight in the tunnel to start. Girls are doing well. I mean, these girls, they're just getting to feed each other, haven't done that much training together, and each round that goes by, they seem to be getting stronger. A little bit of a glitch there. Moving on.
It's a long block, isn't it?
It is a long block. And it's one of those blocks that in the air, there's two schools of thought. You can start it off straight and end it cheated. Some of the French teams tend to start them cheated and finish them cheated. You know, there's different ways of flying the blocks. It's a good round from Joao. Next in we have women in France. Nice entrance into the tunnel, straight into a hop. Great. This is a technical round again because you have, you know, the hopping that's going on at the beginning of the 17s. You want to close that on level to move into the next block, block 9. And then again, when you finish the turn of the block 9 and then closing that block, you want to move a little bit. You don't want too much level issues going on for the start of block 1 because it is quite a long block. These girls are pulling off very nicely though so far. It's a nice round from Team Women in France.
Hard to believe we're at the semi-final already. It feels like we've only just started.
Just getting into my swing.
You're doing a great job, Ray.
Now we have Team NFDO, the UK national team, will be representing the UK in Chicago. Nice strong entrance and hop there. Seasoned, experienced competitors in this team all come from different lineups and are flying together. It's hard sometimes to bring different techniques that you have in blocks into the same team, but these girls are putting it together. They're just learning to do that now. Different sizes as well to deal with. They're doing a good job. Nice hopping there. It's good. This is a slot switcher for the back piece as well. So Maria and Annie, even though they've moved slots, they should be comfortable flying this block. Team NFDO, good round from them.
Excellent. That's the semi-final done there for the female FS category. We got the Open coming next with their semi-final as well. Got some bigger teams and bigger people, aren't they? With that block 1, they're going to have trouble.
I mean, one of the biggest teams to start off with, should see in the first few waves, is Jazz Republic. They're quite a tall team. And yeah, of course, Black Hat are quite large as well. Team Thunder, large team. So it'd be interesting to see how they turn that block 1 in the tunnel.
There's the scores after round 7.
Pretty evenly tied in those last few rounds. So women in France out in front, 142 points, and Team NFDO at the moment behind them on 133.
So looking what we've got there, 4 points between second and third. It looks like that could be the final standings. We don't have much of an upset really with that.
It looks that way, especially for the last round and what it is. It's a pretty technical round. So it's probably, that's the 1, 2, 3 there.
We're going to be starting with the, well, one of the local teams, Spanish team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Repack.
Repack. These guys have an unfortunate start to their competition. They had a few busts in the earlier rounds, and unfortunately on day 2 as well, they had a few busts and a few meltdowns in the earlier rounds, and I'm hoping they finish strong. You know, nice consistent flying, getting to know this competitive scene as well, be good for them.
Off camera, we're just watching Qatar Tigers dirt diving there round 9.
Yeah, these guys looked a little bit disappointed with the earlier rounds. Not as happy, not as pleased as they would like to have been, but hopefully they're going to finish strong. Give those teams in front a bit of a run for their money.
They're very evenly matched size-wise, aren't they?
Yeah, that's quite useful.
It makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Very much so. You mean to get to spin the blocks quite easily, fit in the tunnel quite nicely. Here we go, ready for Team Bripac of Spain. It's a nice entrance into the tunnel. See, as you can see, they're quite cheated on block one. It makes it quite tricky to take that block through because there's not much sight on the ends of the tail and point to push that through. Quite tricky. They're quite large. It's difficult to build it straight in the tunnel. Block one is one of those blocks where you really want to push it from the back. Whoever's flying the outside of it's a point and tail. Really want to be able to push through. Unfortunately, you can't always see it if you're cheated around that corner.
Right.
Next in, we have Team Amna Joey with Joey Jones and Giuseppe Cosso. Oh, it's always hard. That entrance is hard to launch because you get so much lift and then the tail has to hop over, which makes it quite tricky.
It's already going up.
Yeah, it's rising in your face as it goes, but they did a good job of holding that. It's almost as if the middle block, block 9, which is a random block, is a reset button in this dive.
Yeah, I noticed that with the girls' teams as well. Good old cat and a cord.
Still coming back to you now, Regan, yeah?
I've never lost it.
Hey,
I still do a bit of full way, you know.
Oh, that's good to hear. Team Amna Joey.
Big hugs there on the way out.
It's good.
Get a lot more hugs in the dynamic flying, as Domi says, than you do in the flat
A lot
leg.
more hand holding as well.
Yeah.
I like the battles at the end. Everybody's holding their hands and stuff. It's fantastic to see. We don't get that in the FS. Team Barak, the Spanish national team. Briefly that entrance in, and they're off.
Didn't see really take the vertical there, kind of more went round.
Yeah, different teams have different ways of doing it. I mean, the vertical on the 17 is obviously, if you go straight over, see some of the top teams like Hayabusa do that. It can be quite difficult because it's a short move. If you watch some of the other teams, like some of, you might watch Satori, they might go round a little bit, the hopper, just because it's easier to deal with if there are any issues going around with how the piece is turning. See, quite a tall team again, having to build that one quite cheated. Team Barak from Spain, semi-final.
So we're going to see now with Jazz Republic just what it means when you're a big, taller team with this block one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Nice slow motion here of
Barak.
Of the block one, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed.
These tall South Africans.
Team Jazz Republic. Okay, nice start to the rounds. Team Jazz, they're a little bit disappointed with some of their rounds. They were hoping for a 21 average by the end of this meet. It's going to be pretty tricky for them to get there, but they're learning from it.
It's nice to see Dirk and Claire actually competing most of the time. I see them. They're busy at the computers with the in-time scoring, so it's good to see them in the tunnel.
Claire always says she's very nervous when she goes through to these type of competitions, and actually likes the fact that she has to rely on the in-time scoring to make sure it's running okay, so she doesn't have to concentrate on this.
Probably a good idea, good psychology. It takes your mind off the game.
Especially if you're in charge of the scoring system.
Yeah.
Team Jazz Republic smiles there, they're happy with that round.
Nice side slide from Claire there to the door. Nice.
Slow-mo of their entrance into the tunnel. All the grips on. Yeah.
Took a bit of time to get settled on that first one, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just a bit off levels.
It's not the easiest thing to launch into the tunnel. So here we have Lupus from Estonia. There we go, nice start. Again, quite a tall team. See how they build that one quite cheated?
90 degrees, isn't it?
I mean, there are some schools of thought that you can actually turn it faster if you try and fly it like a side body type of picture of the one.
Right.
You see they're doing a fairly good job of it here.
Almost like a 21.
Yes,
really.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you need to have quite aggressive flyers on the back, on the point and the tail to get that thing through. Be interesting to see some of the top teams coming through, how they fly that block one.
Yeah.
Good round from Lupus from Estonia.
Halfway through the pack, semi-final round 9.
It's a nice slow-mo shot of block 9.
Tricky one as well when you're learning four-way with those cheated grips at the back. You've got to be careful you don't push the piece as you pick up.
Yeah, you do. The most important thing is not to push down on it. I think the idea is if you push it on level, that's okay. But pushing down on it just means that those in the center can't get going.
It helps to take the inside grip first, doesn't it?
That's
and then
right.
the outside grip second. That stops your momentum. Yeah. Well, gives you less chance of shoving the person out of the way.
Exactly. It's all about communication, though, that block, between the pieces. You know, how you're holding on, how you're pushing, where the momentum's coming from. Some of the scores there from round 7 with some of the busts.
Was that only Hayabusa in a clean round?
Only Hayabusa.
We'll have to see that. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was. So next in, we should have Team Symmetra, a French team. This has the former world women's champion, Perrin, is on this team.
All the teams are taking that fraction longer to get going, aren't they, on that beginning?
It's a tricky block to launch, as we said. Like block 20, we talked about it in the last round, is also a tricky one to take into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Block 17 is as well, because as you're trying to go as the tail, as you're jumping over, naturally by having your hands stretched out for these grips that you have to take, it rises.
Yeah.
And as a tail, the last thing you want to see is that the entire piece coming towards you, rising up. This is good. All the teams so far have dealt with it pretty well. They're making sure that they're coming in, it's solid, they're holding it out, locking it out, and then getting on with the dive.
Nice turns there on the 9.
Yeah. See, they're hopping straight over.
Yeah.
Team Symmetra, that was a nice round, and a round of applause from the crowd.
It's going towards a full house again here at the tunnel. As the afternoon slips by, more and more people arriving, finishing off what they've been doing during the day.
So next in, we should have Team Tenanin. We had a brief word with Moulay earlier, and he said that this team has like a 2-year plan to enter indoor competitions with the same lineup. And they're really excited. They want to reach a 20-point average at this competition, and are looking towards the end of their 4 camps that they may do, the end of their 4th competition, to reach a 23 average. So expect to see more of them.
Look at Marshall on these 9s, throwing his head underneath, really French style. Let's see if we can see that next time. Bam.
There you go. Again, the cheaters on the 1, at the top of the 1. Nice hops from Marco there. That's a good round from Team Tenanin.
It's just fantastic to see people who've been the top of the game of what they do in action right in front of your face, isn't it? It's incredible.
And for several years as well. It is great to see. And I understand that Moulay is the only civilian Mauritanian skydiver.
That's a good fact.
That is a good fact. Here we go with Team Mixed Para Sport. Nice entrance into the tunnel. Very cheated one at the beginning. This is good. Fast, smooth.
Quick at the end of that, 17.
Yep,
wow.
Straight on to the next block. Triple blockers are never easy. But they seem to have nailed the cadence of this round really, really well.
Nice.
Team Mixed Para Sport, good job.
That was a very good round for them, wasn't it?
Very.
It's the semi-finals of the four-way open here at the Wing Games in Ampuria, Brava, Spain.
Team Satori didn't have their best round 7, but they brought it back in round 8. Locking it down. It's a good start. I think I jinxed them on their round 7, so I'm tempted not to say too much on this round. Just let them fly.
That's what you're here for. Keep talking. Forget about the team. Do your thing.
Doing a good job. Look at determination on Jules's face. Nice.
They're managing that one without cheating it too much, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. It is great to see John and Pete opposite each other in a formation. Team
Brilliant.
Satori, an excellent round from Satori XL.
Julia there.
John with a lovely hop.
You see her just protecting that hand.
Team Thunder, one of the tallest teams.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, that's the quickest we've seen, isn't it?
That's the quickest we've seen, definitely.
Straight through and straight into the hop.
You think they might have practiced that on the odd occasion?
That could really play in their favour. They've saved a lot of time there.
Team Thunder have been getting stronger and stronger as the rounds have progressed. You know, they're finding their rhythm. You know, if you went to a 20-round draw, who knows what would happen? Yeah. They are getting stronger. Seems the more time they spend competing at each round, they just get better. This bodes well for the rest of their season, actually. I'm quite excited about seeing what they're going to do for the rest of the season. Hopefully should see them again at the Bedford Challenge.
17's a nice,
Very
really nice, clean little hop.
Very nice, very clean. They look like a trained team, and they are. Team Thunder.
Big smiles as well between each other.
Fantastic round from Team Thunder.
Cheeky few seconds at the end, put on his bill. So that was quite a good little session there, wasn't it, Ray? There was a lot going on, a lot of different techniques going on with the one being cheated or being straight, and the entrance there, getting it settled. Most of the teams taking good second or a half to get it settled before they started that 17, and Thunder straight through the door. Poof.
Exactly. Well, you know, it goes to show for experience, right? If you're a trained team, which Thunder are, a very experienced team, they've done a lot of tunnel competitions. They know how to get into tunnel. They would have seen a few 17s in the past, so I think they know how to approach it, and you can show that experience counts here.
Still to come, Qatar Tigers, Black Cat, Wimby Lille and Hayabusa. Looking at the scores there, we've got one score already from round 8. And we did previously, we're on round 9, by the way, now the semi-final, just in case you're wondering. We were waiting for one of the teams to be scored on round 7, and it's all in there now, good. All right, back to the action with Ray Ahmed.
Next up, we should have the Qatar Tigers. The wind's just going up for them. Yeah, as I was saying, these guys were a bit disappointed by some of their earlier rounds today. They're hoping to be a little bit further up the leaderboard, and they're saying that because they're being coached by Jérôme Nollet. really working on learning lots from him.
It's a nice start as well.
It's a very fast start.
Actually, looks like a very fast dive. They've got a pace on them now.
They're quite petite flyers, you know. They remind me a lot of like when the female teams, they're all quite small and diddly and fly those blocks really, really well.
We were saying just before they went in, we were watching them preparing, they're very evenly matched in body size, aren't they?
Exactly, which is very helpful. They are kind of like your perfect team to all be evenly matched in size. Means you can also move around a bit in the slots as well if one particular slot doesn't work out for you.
Very young too, so there's a lot of potential
Young, yes.
for development.
So, and such a nice bunch of people as well. They've been very friendly, happy to talk to anybody. I've been talking to them loads about how they're getting on and what their progression levels are. Great team. Great job from Qatar Tigers.
Qatar Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. And they enter a lot of international competitions as guest teams as well, nationals as well, the US nationals who are there.
And now we have Black Cats, the Russian team.
What are they going to do with this number one? Wow, full on 90 degrees.
I know. Didn't help them though in that first block. Let's see if it picks up.
Throwing those body positions about, Ray, as you've been talking about for the last day.
I mean, these guys are constantly like, you know, off balance, out of pitch. But they can fly like that. You know, they're well trained, they're experienced competitors. They can fly in that type of body position.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good from Black Cat. There's barely even a grip there in the middle. Nice hops as well. Just finding their rhythm there, Black Cat.
Yeah, they seem to be taking like 17 around the edges, didn't they?
A little bit.
Good round, aggressive flying, punching and pulling at the air.
But they can take it, you know?
Yeah.
The next thing we should have Wimpy Lil.
This is going to be interesting to watch.
Will be. Roy will be the first to hop, so it should be interesting to see. And he's off.
Wow, that was
fast.
Quick. That's the fastest we've seen, isn't it?
Oh, is that grip on? I think it was. Roy was already going for that hop and it hadn't quite built, but I think it was there. They're pushing it as hard as they can. Trying to showcase their talent.
They're smiling as well in the middle of that one. They know they're going as hard as they can.
Not the best ones, I mean, they're a bit unsynchronous. Look at Roy go. Good round from Wimpy Lil.
Excellent, guys, excellent.
Slow-mo of that entrance. Look at him go. Fantastic work.
Roy's face, it's just that constant look, isn't it?
Let's see Hayabusa in now. Let's see if Jeroen can do the same as a tail for Hayabusa.
Are they going to be faster with that 17 at the start?
I know.
Here it comes.
Oh, yes. Very good. Nice start. Good work.
Wow. That hop blurs the camera.
It does indeed. They're waiting. They have the patience to let it build, though. They do realize that it can, like, you know, it's difficult to take those grips in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of an again, one of those things when you're the hopper, you just want to go, you know? Even top teams like Hayabusa can have the odd glitch in the middle of a round. It's good to know they're human.
That's what keeps competition alive, doesn't it? If everybody was perfect, there'd be no comps.
Well done, Hayabusa. Good job.
Fantastic job there with the semi-final of round 9 with the formation skydiving. Excellent. Let's have a look at some of the slow motion there, Ray, of what we did on those hops.
The closer block 1. Now here he goes. That body position, that pitch.
Brilliant. So we will be bringing you the final of the 4-way around 5 p.m.
Welcome everybody again. Here we are with Spanish team, FS, Bripac. Lo voy a hacer en español para ellos, ¿vale? Para todos los que nos veis en el live en español. Estamos con Javier, Patón, Candil y Lidia y nos van a contar un poquito porque es la primera vez creo que estáis aquí, así que me va a contar Javier qué le parece la competición por ahora.
Bien, mucho nivel, mucho nivel. Nos ha pillado de pardillo, venimos a aprender más que nada, pero mucho nivel, o sea, es increíble.
Hombre, están haciéndolo bastante bien, ¿no? Por ser la primera se les ve cómodos en la competición. Hasta ahora, ¿qué destacarías de las rondas que llevamos? ¿Qué destacarías? ¿Qué es lo que más te ha parecido que está sucediendo realmente?
Bueno, yo creo que al final los buenos están arriba, los malos estamos abajo y sobre todo lo que hay es mucha unión, mucha gente aquí que se lleva muy bien entre ellos, hay mucha... El grupo se ve que la gente, hay muy buen rollo y es lo más importante. Y hay que aprender de las máquinas que hay aquí.
Eso es, se trata de aprender. Al final estamos todos aprendiendo aquí. Muy bien, Candil, respecto al ambiente, como dice aquí nuestro amigo Patón, ¿qué te parece? Es la tercera edición que hacemos, no habéis estado en las anteriores. Si ahora ¿habéis estado en otra competición antes?
Hemos estado en competiciones, pero en calle libre.
Por lo tanto, en túnel entiendo que es la primera. Entonces, ¿qué me puedes contar respecto a esta primera impresión que has tenido?
Pues que es una pasada. Una pasada, el ambiente, la gente te ayuda, te echa una mano, está genial todo.
Lo hemos dejado sin palabras, ha dicho, pues una pasada. Muy bien, hombre. Y tú, Lidia, ¿qué esperas que pase a partir de ahora? ¿Qué esperáis hacer? ¿Qué es lo que queréis?
A partir de ahora lo que queremos es poder volver el año que viene a una competición de este nivel y seguir aprendiendo, por supuesto.
Muy bien, hombre. Pues aquí tenéis a los chicos, va a ir siguiéndolos porque lo están dando todo y veréis que van a más y mejor. Ahora os dejaremos con un pequeño vídeo de highlights de lo que ocurrió ayer. Ahora.
It's a career bravo. This is Window. It's January and it's the first competition of the year, the Win Games. And the games begin.
No tenía que haber salido en el vídeo.
And welcome back to the Red Bull studio here at Window. It's Win Games live. I'm Regan Tettle. This is Anna Moxes. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Just at that semi-final of the four-way, that was pretty intense. I know you were busy, you were getting your notes ready, but wow, it was really heating up. We're all geared up now for the 5 p.m. final of the four-way. But now it's time back to the two-way dynamic and the dynamic battle. Tell us what's going on.
Yes, we're going to get into the dynamic now, and we're going to start with the battles for 5th to 10th place. And that's going to take place at 3:32, which I believe is right about now.
I love the way you say battles.
Battles. There's going to be some lovely battles, you see.
I love it.
So for 9th and 10th, there's going to be battling Onyx and Aladdin. And remember, neither Onyx or Aladdin has flown today, so that's quite a big deal to come straight into.
Wow, that's true, isn't it? Yeah.
No warm-up, no nothing, just boom, go in. 1 minute to make it. And I was speaking to the girls at the beginning of the competition, and they really thought that they were going to come in 10th because it's their first competition. So now they actually have a chance to come in 9th. So that would be really great for tonight. Then we have the battle for 7th and 8th, and that's Dynamo's Black and Ferry and Gregor. That should be a good, strong battle as well. And these are all speed rounds, remember. And then we have a battle for 5th and 6th, which is Scratch Attack and Window Women. And you may be wondering why those battles have been grouped like that. And that's because we took the times that were from the previous round.
Right.
So they weren't just dropped down in randomly selected into battles. It's actually the fastest people from the last round are going to go against each other. So now actually the girls, they could come 5th.
Yeah, so it's a 2 fight, isn't it? We've got the speed and we've got the free round, and then the judges will look at the time from the speed, so that's quite obvious who went the fastest.
For this one, it's just speed. To decide these places, that's what we're going to go into first, and that's all speed. And then it'll be the fastest time wins of those battles.
And then earlier today, we had our very first tie break.
We did. I'm really hoping for one a little bit later up here as well.
So what's the timings then? We're going to do this now, aren't we? We're going to go what we've got there.
First of all, we've got the battles for 5th to 10th place.
Yeah.
Then we've got the semi-finals taking place. So those are the winners from the battles that you saw earlier on today. And that's going to be the Window Warrior Bros, who's on top at the moment, and they're going to be against Almost Vertical. And I was speaking to the Almost Vertical boys earlier today, and they are super stoked for this battle. Like, they really didn't think they were going to be in the top half of the table, so now they even have the chance to come 4th. And
sorry, go on.
Oh, and after that will be Window Flash Warriors and Dynamo Red, and that's going to be another good battle. So it's
Look forward to that. Keep up with all the information on the websites with the in-time scoring as well. You can see what's going on with the scores. Check out the Facebook pages too, and don't forget those hashtags. Anna, do you want to run us through the hashtags?
Ooh, okay then. Hashtag Let the Games Begin. Hashtag Win Games 2016. Hashtag More Than a Tunnel.
More than a tunnel.
More than a tunnel.
More than a tunnel to me.
Baby.
Yeah, we still got it. So it looks like we're about 1 minute away until the battle commences.
Battle should commence shortly.
We've just signed on the live stream.
That's really bad, wasn't
I thought it was all right though, didn't you?
Uh-oh.
Let's have a little high five. Come on.
Luckily, the tunnel is turning up.
Okay, that's it. We can hear the air increase and it makes it exciting already. And we go with the battles. Anna Moxis, let's have your